The New Orleans Mardi Gras started as a time of merriment prior to the fasting and penance of the Lenten season. The late 18th century saw the establishment of mass balls. Balls were actually prohibited during some periods of Spanish and American rule until 1823. The first loosely organized parade was celebrated in 1837. However, it wasn't until 1857, some 20 years later, that the first real crew formed to call itself the Mystic Crew of Comus. The Crew of Comus set many precedents for Mardi Gras traditions, including a mystical namesake, secrecy among members, masked balls, themed floats, and costumed riders. When the Russian Duke Alexis Romanov visited New Orleans in 1872, the crew of Rex appeared on the scene. Rex is credited with forming the first daytime parade, the official Mardi Gras colors of purple, green, and gold, and the official song of Mardi Gras, If Ever I Cease to Love. Other crews to form early in Mardi Gras history include the Knights of Momus in late 1872 and the Crew of Proteus in 1882. The first black crew, Zulu, organized in 1916 as a satire of the Crew of Rex. Mardi Gras evolved throughout the 20th century and has survived the ravages of World War I and II, the Great Depression, the turbulent 60s, and racial tensions. Over the years, the original male-only old-line crews have been joined by women-only crews and crews of mixed gender. Super crews arrived in the late 1960s, sporting enormous floats and membership in the thousands. Today, Mardi Gras is a billion-dollar industry and the single biggest economic impact on the city of New Orleans. The famous New Orleans king cake is a tasty sugared pastry. A hidden doll is contained inside the cake. The person who gets the baby is required to throw the next king cake party. The king cake season officially opens on King's Day, or the Feast of the Epiphany, and runs to Mardi Gras Day. Almost 800,000 king cakes are produced by the New Orleans area bakeries and shipped all around the world. Take a look at how these delicious Mardi Gras pastries are made. New Orleans chef Steve Oakland demonstrates for us by first measuring out the right amount of special flavoring, then adding water and eggs to the mix. Yeast is added to make the dough rise. Flour is measured out and added to the mix. Then sugar and shortening. It's all blended well in a mixer. The dough is then removed from the pot. It's then cut into uniform chunks and weighed. Each chunk is then rolled into loaves. A special machine flattens each loaf into a long oval shape. An egg solution is then brushed onto each oval. Each oval is covered with a cinnamon and sugar mix. The ovals are then folded over. Each oval is cut into 3 equal lengths. The lengths are braided. The braided lengths are connected and made into oval cakes. Mardi Gras colored sugars are sprinkled onto the cakes. The cakes are put into the oven and baked. When they are done, they are removed from the oven. The cakes are turned over and a plastic baby is inserted. Cardboard bottoms are then applied to the underside of each cake. The cakes are flipped back over and icing is applied to the cakes.